All right, welcome in. Chase Sr. and Tom Downey here with you. The 2021 NFL Draft has wrapped up. No more picks left to be made. You know what we're going to do now, though? We are going to answer your questions. So let's get to it. This first one coming in from Air Cal Pig. Interesting name there. Hashtag NFL. Good stuff right there. Top undrafted players.
I had several top 150 guys left on my board here. The entire list, folks, will be available Sunday. So if you're watching this Sunday morning, stick around. We'll get this video broken down once we know where they end up signing. Marvin Wilson, Ardarius Washington, David Moore, Cade Johnson, top 150 guys along with Charles Snowden, Shakir Brown, and Dylan Moses. Some medical stuff, the big reason why there. Maybe some off-the-field red flags as well. Maybe we'll get some information as things come along there. But these are my best available players. We'll break down where they end up, along with some, I think we'll do top 20, top 25 on Sunday. So stick around for that. We will have a more in-depth discussion as to who the top undrafted free agents were and where they signed to, because there are some good football players who did not get drafted this year.
Next question coming in from John Dorman. How many would the Bears have won last year with Fields? So he's asking how many games would the Bears have won last year with Justin Fields?
It's always tough to know how impactful rookies will be day one, but I think they would have been a better football team.
Yeah.
I absolutely adore, as you'll see in the grades video if you haven't already watched it, just how good the Bears draft class was. This was absolutely fantastic.
This next question coming in from Z20C08. Who would be the best undrafted free agent for the Dolphins?
I got Marvin Wilson as my best guy left there. If you want to fill the running back need, I am very intrigued by Javen Hawkins. Something's up there. I was surprised he did not get drafted. Maybe it's medical, maybe it was off the field, whatever it is, I don't know. But if you want to go get another backfield option, I like Hawkins quite a bit as a potential option there for the Miami Dolphins. So undrafted free agency is always crazy. Stick around. We'll see where those guys end up going in the not-too-distant future.
Who do you think is the best undrafted free agent who didn't get picked in the 2021 NFL Draft? Flood the comments and let us know who you think the best undrafted free agent is. A lot of intriguing names out there. Of course, we'll continue to break down all of these names. And on our team-specific channels, any undrafted free agents who do sign with one of our teams, we'll break that down as well.
Quick note, the answer is Marvin Wilson. He just agreed to a deal with the Cleveland Browns. So the Browns keep finding ways to win. Go figure, right?
The NFL Draft just ended like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Good stuff for Marvin Wilson. Joey Dretta. Cowboys sign Ardarius Washington right now, I beg. I know you're on that train.
Look, I don't know if there's like a medical thing or some unknown off-the-field thing. I don't know why Ardarius Washington was not drafted. I know he's small. I get that. Dude's a playmaker. He should have been drafted this year over a bunch of other safeties who were not in the end.
Next question coming in from Roxanne and Richard. Best draft by round.
You know, how about this? Stick around. We're going to have our grade videos out Saturday evening. So I'll mention my favorite draft, my draft overall, maybe even all 3 days. Chicago.
Yeah,
I absolutely adore what they did this year. A fantastic draft class by the Bears there. Very, very well done.
Nola Pelicans fan chiming in. How do you think the Saints did in the draft?
I've always been hit and miss with the Saints draft class. I actually was higher on Peyton Turner than most people will, where I did not think that was the worst pick in round one like I know a lot of people did. Pete Warner was early. Turner was early. I love the Paulson Adebo pick. Ian Book was early, but he's a good backup player in round 4, so it's fine there. Landon Young, I like that pick. Quan Baker, I did not study, so overall it was a pretty meh draft for the Saints there. But they got good football players, just a little bit earlier than what I would have liked them to do. So I'm going to give them like maybe a C, C+, somewhere in that range. Not my favorite draft this year.
You know who's excited about going to the Saints?
Who?
Ian Book. Quarterback development factory. Ned Joe, Giants' biggest needs after the draft.
Better offensive coordinator and quarterback. I'm sorry. I don't believe in Jason Garrett. I hope I'm wrong on him and Daniel Jones, but I like the way that Giants drafted this year. Pretty good draft class. You got to find a way to scheme for Kadarius Toney, and I don't trust Jason Garrett to do that.
Our guy Marshall Green, who works with us here at Chat Sports, put out an awesome tweet the other day. He basically listed all the Giants' offensive weapons, and he was like, wow, what a cast here. The only thing that can hold them back, Jason Garrett. Nice. Good humor there from Marshall. Grayson Lanning. Surprised that Jamie Newman didn't get drafted, and where do you think he'll go as a free agent?
Yeah, I had Jamie Newman on my board as my number 6 quarterback, 210 overall. I'm not that surprised he didn't get drafted. I didn't think he was that good at Wake Forest. This was all upside, all potential. We'll see where he goes exactly. I'm sure we'll know in the not-too-distant future. But of the undrafted free agent quarterbacks, this was one of the best guys in this year's class still out there. There are some traits to work with here. It's going to take some time, though, in the end for him to fully develop and get better.
If you want the best NFL news, rumors, trades, draft news, free agency, and more, we're going to continue to break down all of these undrafted free agents who were not selected in the 2021 NFL Draft. Subscribe to Chat Sports right now. The added bonus, it's 100% free, so hit that big red button down below or go to youtube.com/chatsportstv and subscribe now. Another question coming in from Mohammed Tour. Thoughts on the Bears?
Loved it.
Yeah.
That's all
I'm
you
with
need.
you.
A+ grade.
One of the best drafts out there.
And Rookie of the Year, I'm going to go with Trevor Lawrence. Shocking.
All right.
I
nice.
know.
Mike Dribble. How much of a steal was Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah to the Cleveland Browns at 52? Not Dribble, Dibble.
I had Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah as my number 1 linebacker in this year's class. I know far from everyone agree with me on that front, but I think what he brings as a modern-day playmaker, kind of the linebacker-safety hybrid, for the Browns' defense in particular, is fantastic. Of the day 2 picks, this one was by far my favorite one. I think he is a perfect elite scheme fit in Cleveland. They could have taken him in round 1. I wouldn't surprise. They don't value linebackers. Round 1, I would have loved it. Round 2, even amidst some whispers of medical concerns, it's fantastic. Yeah. I love it.
Love his smarts, love his
Home
intelligence, love his range, love his athletic ability too. I thought that was a steal, one of the best in round 2. Next question coming in from Goaty Juan Kenobi. I see what you did there. Appreciate that super chat as well. Must be heartbreaking for Sage Surratt not getting drafted and your brother picked in round 3.
Yeah, I had a 6th-round grade on Sage Surratt. I got separation concerns there, but I thought he should have been drafted over some other receivers who did end up getting picked. It stinks for him, but you know what? He's got the right attitude. I think he's going to get a chance as an undrafted free agent somewhere out there and maybe even have some success as a vertical threat in the end.
Let's get to this question from Tyro Games. Do you think that for next year's draft, Derek Stingley is a better prospect than Surtain?
So in general, we tend to do this thing where when they are not draft eligible, put them on a pedestal. Yeah. And we go, oh, this guy can do no wrong because we're only watching live. We're not studying. Then we get to the study and we go, okay, well, there actually are some flags here. I love Derek Stingley, the prospect. I think he's going to be a first-round pick. Let's just see how things play out. Then we can answer that question because right now it's simply too early. No, I haven't studied him yet. I don't know if there's some unknown concern. But, yeah, I love him right now as we sit as a potential first-round pick.
This question coming in from Guitars 125. Are the Cowboys Super Bowl contenders with that defense, Tom?
No. I think they're NFC East contenders, which gets them in the playoff push, and maybe you make a surprise run there. But unless Calvin Joseph, Micah Parsons make immediate impact, moves, the defense still needs work. It's not going to be an overnight thing for that side of the ball. Dan Quinn picked a lot of his guys. We'll see if it pays off in the end for the Dallas Cowboys.
Tom and I want to pose this question to everybody watching right now. Which team had the best draft? I think it was the Chicago Bears. Tom, what do you think?
I am on board with the Chicago Bears. Shout out to the Detroit Lions, by the way. They had a fantastic draft as well.
Yeah, get into the comments and let us know which team you thought had the best draft here in 2021 as we're reacting to everything after the draft just ended here at Chat Sports. This question coming in from Annette Torres. How did the Panthers do in the draft? I thought they did really well.
Yeah, not perfect, but I'm a big fan of their draft. I like what Matt Rule's doing there. I think overall Carolina had a very strong draft. Back-to-back years for that, by the way.
Another question. H20C08. What would it take for the Broncos to get Aaron Rodgers? A lot.
Picks. Move your future picks. After June 1st becomes more manageable from a cost perspective. If I'm Denver, I'm all in on getting Aaron Rodgers. Might not be possible, but I'm trying everything in my power to go get him.
Yeah, I just don't see why he'd want to go to Denver and compete in that division. You know, it'd be tough, but we'll see what happens. Could get crazy. Joey Dretta, Tom, this was a great draft for the Cowboys. They got Parsons on a trade back, which will help the run defense immensely. The steal of the draft in Jabril Cox and a cornerback that clamped up Devonta.
My concerns are around the character stuff with Micah Parsons and Devonta Smith. Like, there's legitimate concerns there on both of those players. Run defense is great. You still need a better front, though, and that's a big red flag for me. So I wanted the cornerback. We all did. Let's not necessarily fully spin it, but it got better on day 3 for the Dallas Cowboys. It got better as the draft went along.